the stage pick. I think it was Twilight Groves where we're starting off here, if I saw that right.
I think you saw that right indeed. I'm not quite sure though.
Yeah, there
Yep,
you go.
it is right. Alright, getting into the first game of the day, Cake versus Hermisen. At this bit of match, and I'm excited how it starts out. Starts out really well with Hermes coming in with the siders.
Oh, wow, and I like that. Tries to go for the D like with the guitars, really chasing down Hermisen and getting that anti. Wow, he's just all over him so quickly. Now you see a little bit of a pause in the gameplay as they try to reset themselves and get a feeling for how each other plays.
Yup, you can already clearly see Hermisen trying to back off as much as possible while Cake is just pursuing. And Hermisen, as always, running around and tossing weapons to cover his grounds, coming in clutch with that downline and neutral stick combo. Very optimal, probably the most optimal combo to use as Queen Knight. Does incredible amounts of damage and has really good KO potential.
Yeah, and I love the way he's getting above Cake and poking him out with these down airs from the spear, making sure that he really has to check himself with his anti-airs to make sure that, oh my goodness, gets the unarmed recovery to close out that first stock. Hermisen's looking good.
Hermisen's looking really solid. He's already gotten a good footing in the game, however, Cake with that downlight into neutral stick, super optimal.
Oh, wow. That defense stat from Queen Knight, keeping her alive as Cake once again takes her to the top of the screen, but not quite the blast zone. Hanging on for dear life. Looks like Hermisen will find his way to another weapon. We're going to see what happens next.
My Cake doing his absolute best to try and get the stock as soon as possible. He's done a good job so far. Hasn't taken any, well, too much damage. And as I say that, Hermisen just goes in with the same sidelight into downlight into neutral stick combo. Cake already in orange.
Oh my goodness, gets the neutral air, manages to pick up the guitars, and is still putting on all this pressure on Cake. Hermisen not dying. Can Cake finally get rid of this first stock? It looks like it'll not be the time as Hermisen throws away his weapon and continues on the pressure.
Oof, the clash with the recovery hour
Oh
of
my
Hermisen.
god!
That's actually pretty hard to get properly, especially in this situation, because the downlight can pop him up in very different ways due to that platform over there. Cake doesn't care, just walks up neutral sticks. However, Hermisen is already at 2 stocks with a huge 1-stock lead as well.
Now I'm saying we just started the game off. We can see Hermisen camping a little bit on that wedge. Gonna see when the next weapon spawns. Trying to make his way down to the center. Finally is able to get this and that same tried and true bread and butter combo we've seen him use with Queen Knight probably 3 times now in this game 1. It's been really just getting him so much mileage and damage.
And it's just the same setup as always. Cake doesn't seem to actually change up how he dodges, because all Hermisen is doing is neutral lighting and then double chase dodging behind with his iframes into side light, down light, neutral stick.
Here goes, throws out the down. Sig is not going to find the mark though, but the second one will. Cake now trying to make it back to the stage. Manages to hit him with a D-light, but a really delayed recovery is not going to find the mark. And now Hermisen, once again, finding himself in the advantage with those weapon throws.
Tosses the weapon, doesn't get the recovery, instead lands, hold this neutral sig a little bit, and then releases it to get the dodge read on it.
Say, hold up, Cake, hold this real quick. Just hold it.
Anyway, it seems like Hermisen needs a quick restart. He'll be in a few. Wow, man. I was, I almost have no words for that, because, like... Alright, and here we see Hermisen. First of all, look at that boy, dude! My man's a model!
Good looking man.
That is for indeed. Hermisen, one of the recent players, and his placings in these past few tournaments have pretty much been incredible. He just keeps going higher and higher. You can see it, 17th. He got 17th, 9th, 7th, 7th, and then 5th, and just recently Spring Championship 2v2, he got 2nd place, almost getting that 1st place. So he's no joke. Also power rank 9th. And like I said, he is a model. And if you are, an organization that want to pick him up,
please sponsor our boys out here.
On the other hand, we have Cake, though. Oh man. I don't think we had to say many words about Cake. As Cake is not a man of many words himself, he just shows gameplay, man. The guy in 2v2 is one of the most feared players because you just do not know what to do against him. He finds the most intricate ways of getting in on you. But it looks basic on the outside, but in reality, when you play against it, it's a whole different beast. There's no words to even understand what type of player Cake actually is. And yeah, as I said, he has EU power ranked 5th in the 1v1. However, I think he is ranked 2nd overall. Something like that, 3rd, 2nd. And his recent plays have been pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from what we just saw there, it was Uh, a rough start for Cake as Hermison was just kind of abusing a lot of what seemed to be similar scenarios. It didn't seem too much as if he had the read, but as you were saying earlier, it seemed that Cake was kind of doing the same dodge patterns over and over. So just a lot of damage racked up because of it. And of course, that in conjunction with just having a hard time killing Hermison really spelt misery for that game one.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I was most afraid of with the Cake versus Hermison matchup is that Hermison is one of the best players to have a defensive, not necessarily too defensive, but like a fortress type of gameplay where he consistently makes you go into him and then he tosses a weapon in your face and he racks up damage. And Cake is not the most patient player, and even if he did have patience, he does not have the one of the few things that you need to deal with Hermison, and that's mainly spot dodges, because you gotta consistently spot dodge all these weapon throws and get through them. And it just seems like Cake is it's just a matchup that playstyle wise really is not in Cake's favor. So I'm curious how this will go, but I honestly already think it's game over for Cake.
Now, finally, it does look like we are back. Everyone is picking their legends. We are going to start off game two. Of course, Hermison is up one game on Cake, but do remember that everything this weekend is best of 5, so there is still much more Brawlhalla to be played.
Indeed. We already see it getting into it. Hermison gets the weapon, gets guitars. Matchup's pretty decent. Sword is probably the better weapon for Cake to deal with Hermison's guitars.
Well, okay, manages to get chunky damage.
Oh, that's gonna be that.
Neutralite to recovery once again. Cake trying to fight back now with the down air with the sword, but still isn't able to find his way in. Gets a little bit of something there though with that side light into neutral sig from Asuri, finally starting to show signs of life in this matchup.
I also find it funny how Hermison takes small victories. He'll get like a side light into an initial light and then he'll wait. He won't persist on it too much and resets. Cake on the other hand, he gets a hit on you. He's not ending that hit until either he dies or you die.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's a really early kill.
Looks like he died this time around. We're gonna see how much that aggression pays off for him, as Cake does like to run head first into Hermison, but as you said before, Hermison, very big fan of this turtling type style where he will take his hits and then just wait back off. Doesn't want to overextend himself and get punished potentially for making a mistake or having the wrong read.
Indeed, and Hermison, now that he's in the lead, showing a bit of signs of aggression. Oh my god, chases him all the way. I just don't see a way for Cake to be able to deal with this unless he starts using newer techniques.
Okay, can he get the gimp on Hermison? No, that air dodge is going to keep Hermison alive as he does make it back on the stage, manages to dodge through Cake. Cake now off stage. Oh my goodness, the snipe will not be enough with that down air?
Double recovery, Cake is not looking good. Pretty sure Hermison's going to toss that, yeah. So we'll probably see another down sig, yeah. Anyways, getting back into the Cake does not care, just straight up neutral sigs him. That's the thing about Hermison, he'll toss out signals just preemptively hoping that you'll walk into them. They're not actually tossed out trying to hit the opponent. It's more like he hopes that they get into it by themselves. And that's very safe.
Because they're just so far away, especially with Queen Nai in the range of that down sig. The odds of you getting a punish on that from that distance is pretty much impossible.
Ooh, guess a staple Hermison. Toss down into recovery. One of Hermison's most used KO moves, I'd like to say. And man, Hermison's relentless with his downlines as well. He's like, anytime Cake is coming down, nah, just stay up there.
Oh no, down air manages to hit, but the recovery is going to beat out whatever option Hermison tried to go for there. Cake biding his time on the side, but Hermison doing so well to hold center.
Unless K manages to get this kill as soon as possible.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. One dodge read when he was yellow just killed him. That force from Queen Nai and the combined with the map just, my lord.
That's a clean half pipe if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, here you have the down. I love Cake how he just stood there waiting for him to come into him for the neutral sig. But yeah, this is one of those, I think, yeah. The typical throwdown into recovery. Hermison staple gets the kills all the time, and
Hermison. God.
Yeah.
That was destruction.
Yeah, that was It's just, there's no words for it. Miami though, short ceiling, man. Against that, you're not gonna be able to deal with it. Anyways, this is a best of 5, contrary to a lot of differences in our tournaments. Since we all have all best of 5 top 8, we still have time for Cake to adapt and deal with it. And we see Cake already swapping to a Scythe character, and that is namely Mirage. I've said this before. We have great Scythe players. We had Effie, we have Dobreen. On the
Poor was
NA
out for
side,
Effie.
yeah. On the NA side, we have Tropheus. We have all these great players. However, Cake might not be the most advanced Scythe player, but I personally have always thought he is the scariest, because it seems like he has a speed hack going on when he plays Scythe. He tosses out 8 attacks within like, I don't know, half a second.
You're just like, wow, how does he do it so quick? Look, as you were talking about, already gets a 2-piece. Now another hit right there. Tries to go for the ground pound, not going to find the mark, but he's just fishing for those down airs to see if he can start something off, and that's one, but it's not going to lead to much.
Not too much indeed, and it's already saying Cake is doing pretty well so far compared to the Siri pick. However, it's just the first stock, so we may be talking too soon. hermisen might just be getting used to the playstyle, but at least I personally think it's going to do a lot better than the Siri pick.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree with you there. I mean, we already saw at the beginning of this game that hermisen went for his usual 2 chase dodge to the left into some sort of follow-up, but Cake was already ready, preemptively throwing out a neutral light with the Scythe to beat that option out. So he looks a little more awake, a little more ready to just kind of play around.
My god.
Oh, please.
Man, got the satellite. New Cake was just gonna dodge away, dashes towards him, down sig, and that ends the stock that easily. Cake's probably gonna be looking for a few signatures here, hoping to get a quick knockout.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow, I love it. When someone plays Spear when they get to down there into Sarah combo. That's a thing only Spear players get consistently, because you need to know specifically the angle of how it hits. A player that used to be really, really good at it before anyone started doing it, and this is a long time ago, it was actually Stardust. And it's nice to see it from time to time.
That's also one of those things where for the past 2 games, we've seen hermisen, take Cake's first stock and then be able to turtle that second stock into either another stock or massive damage. But this time around, we've actually seen that Cake was able to finally kill hermisen fairly soon after losing his first stock. So you can already tell this game's going to be so much more closer than the past 2.
I love how they're both just trading hits, but none of them are actually hitting. And as I said, Cake gets a neutralite dodge rate into a recovery. Probably could have gotten a little bit more off of it, however, it's better than nothing indeed.
They're definitely trying to see if he can calm and calculatedly get the second stock from hermisen. If he's able to do so, it'll be the first time in the set thus far that he'll be able to have a lead. But hermisen almost...
Man, they were just tossing out attacks. Cake gets right on top of him and drops that down swing on top of him. Love to see that. And I find it funny that with the character switch, Cake has been playing a lot more methodical. Not necessarily slower, but it seems like he has a systematic approach to this rather than just head first going in with his Desuri.
Yeah, I think part of this is also attributed to the tri-platform layout of this stage. I think it's giving Cake a little more breathing room to kind of finesse his way around the weapon throws from hermisen.
Yeah. For sure. Funny how almost every guitar player that has a good down sig always goes for the typical down air into down sig to finish off. With Queen Eye, it's really effective. With the Suri, is really effective, and that's how hermisen has gotten 2 of his kills so far.
Alright, hermisen still... We've noticed this a lot. We'll see a hermisen standing on the base platform, just waiting for Cake to come down, and he tries to anti-air whatever option Cake does. But Cake doing a good job of just kind of playing with his game plan and making it work for him, getting his down airs with the Scythe and converting it into massive damage.
He just does so many attacks a second. I just don't understand how he does that.
It's like he's playing StarCraft, right?
Look at that!
APM is out of there. Okay. Tries to go for neutral light into recovery. He's not going to find the mark, but that down air will is going to send hermisen off the stage. Picks up a spear. Clash.
Ooh, that would have been it.
Wow, the patience, but he doesn't pull the trigger.
Any signature could kill Cake at this point, so it's scary, but I think almost any attack that has a little bit of force behind it will kill hermisen at this point.
Yeah, and that's just not quite enough. Cake's hitting an arm to side light.
He still has dodge.
Oh, that nair was absolutely insane. Manages to keep hermisen alive. Cake almost gets clipped by that down sig. Manages to get the down light. Oh my He's still alive.
Good. And he
Okay.
has. Oh my lord, that was scary for a moment. However, Cake barely clutching out. Looking at the damage difference, it is pretty substantial, but it was so close at the same time. Hermisen just kept getting these really early KOs with his down sigs on Katars. I mean, there you have it. That's the nice down air to Sayer as well. Oh, this one was great. Cake just plops down and just plants the flag.
Plants the flag. I like that a lot. Yeah, really finesses way in here, and this was great, man. Just to snipe him with that weapon throw, and then picks him up with that down air to throw him into the blast zone. He was tired of how long Hermisen was surviving there.
Indeed, and my thing just crashed.
Your thing.
My.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyways, as we get that resolved, wow, we're 2-1 in the set. This is what I love about best of 5. This could have already been over. But
Yeah.
since it is best of 5, Cake has had time to adapt. He gets to play his Mirage. So, we will see what happens in the future now. I think the map really helped out Cake that round, as you were saying. He was doing way better being able to maneuver around. And the weapon tosses weren't actually doing. I don't even think I saw that many weapon tosses by Hermisen during that game. So that definitely hurt Hermisen's game plan. But now we see Hermisen banning out every map that is non-open platforms, and goes to either Twilight, Shipwreck, or Small Mammoth Fortress. I have a feeling Cake will go to Twilight. Just pure feeling.
Okay, they're gonna go to Small Mammoth, and I'm okay with that. I think Shipwreck would have been very
I think Shipwreck
bad.
would have been bad. Yeah.
Yeah, especially against Queen Knight, it would have just been a struggle to really close out those stocks on Hermisen. But we are on Small Mammoth Fortress. We're gonna have Hermisen coming around now, trying to get a weapon, but Cake's gonna grab it first. He is using the spear once again. Got thrown away, pick up that scythe immediately because that's where he got all of his mileage last game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it doesn't really help tossing a Queen Knight off stage, even though that's good for him in Shipwreck. But you got to toss him off stage first, and if you can't, then your game plan's already, failing. Cake already doing a really good job racking up damage.
Yeah, starving Hermisen quite well. Will Hermisen grab those Katars? Yes, he will, but still not ideal. We haven't seen the most Katar play out of Hermisen, but there was that one beautiful sequence he did get, I believe, in either game 1 or game 2. But still, trying to finesse his way in, doing a good job of anti-airing Cake like we've seen him do already in the previous games. But God,
that was a weak hit.
Once again.
The back hit of Dancing, I think, has little bit less force, if I remember correctly.
I think that might have been the difference.
Or just sends him a bit weird.
Weird angle.
Weird angle. However, Cake coming with the Hail Mary down. I mean, Grandpa, and doesn't really matter because he just gets the recovery, gets the KO, and he's up a stock already.
Cake doing a very good job of adapting. He was once on the cusp of being potentially in the loser's bracket, but now talk to him, Hermisen. Hits him with that nice conversion into the recovery to close out that first stock. So we have ourselves an even game. Yeah,
that was a quick 4-piece into unplug your controller. Pretty incredible to just get the stock back as that. However, Cake already coming in with the damage. Solid into downlet into Sayer. That combo, it does so much damage once spear players utilize it.
Oh my god, smacks him out the sky once again. Running out of tools there. Uses the air dodge to get the wall touch now. Trying to get back to stage. Catches those Katars after throwing them up. Trying to see if he can bide his time. Oh, a beautiful. Oh my goodness.
That's it. Gets the stock and he's already one entire stock ahead. I cannot believe he sniped him out of the air like that. Wow, it's like out of the movie 300 when all the arrows just rain down.
Yeah. Our arrows will block out the sun.
Yeah, basically at that point.
Then we'll fight in the shade. It's very just immaculately placed. I think that's the only time he's used that SIG all day too. Oh,
okay. I think he's dead. Oh,
man, get back.
Wait.
Gonna land. Gonna throw him off stage once again down there from the scythe. Oh my goodness, the back and forth discourse here is amazing between these two players, but Hermisen is at such a disadvantage because he is, of course, down one stock, so he needs to play a little more conserved so he takes less hits if he's able to kill Cake right here.
Oh, I thought he was going to survive for a moment. It looks like it. Alright, this isn't too far away from being Hermisen's win. Honestly, he just needs 2 hits and he'll probably get it back into the same stock lead.
Oh, these might be the 2 hits you were talking about. No, he's going to down air out of that situation. Cake trying to get his way back down,
Ooh.
finds it with the weapon throw. Goes for the quick snipe.
One more hit, grab out. Oh, he canceled it.
Misses the down air as well. Hermisen,
Oh.
another chance at victory.
That's it. 2-2.
Okay.
From Hermisen looking like he had iron grip on the set, we are now 2-2. It could be anyone's game at this point. Wow.
Yeah, here we go. Here for the first replay. Almost gets that ground pound, misses it, but manages to pick up the kill with the recovery. And then,
Blocking out the sun, indeed.
man, this is what I like to see, man. When games go to game 5,
This. Wow.
rather stats, rather. That's how you know. That's how you know people are thinking. It's not a wash. They're adapting, and now we have ourselves where someone is a choker or someone else is a hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I do believe Cake's attitude when it comes to games, tournament games, is really good because he's one of the few players that just doesn't care, man. It's like, it's rude to say, but at the same time, it's good. He just turns every aspect of his brain off and just lets his body do the work. You know, he's not like shaking or quivering or like being afraid of what he's about to do.
All right.
He just goes for it.
Just puts it in his mind. Every game is just a game. That's all it is. It's nothing more. You just take what you learn from it and you move on. And Hermisen showing exactly that, starting off with a strong start, doing his tried and true bread and butter queen nine combo, of course, into the neutral sig.
Yeah.
Having so much trouble getting down. I knew this stage would be a problem for him.
Yeah, you mentioned that as well, and that's like, yeah, sure. Queen has very low movement speed, and if you do get her off stage, you have a good chance of killing her. But it just doesn't help if you can't get her off stage to begin with.
Well, all right. Good string. That's all he's gonna get though.
Ooh, misses down air.
It's anti-aired once again. Gets the side light. Not gonna lead to much of anything. Grabs another down air as well. He's gonna chase and get that recovery. Scoot them at
Not
the
dead yet. One more.
Pound, no.
Gets clipped. Doesn't space it out correctly. I feel like King's just gonna go for a Hail Mary signature, hopefully, right here.
Yeah, it's getting to that point where he's getting so far behind that, the more and more damage Hermisen builds up, the more Cake's mentality can only take so much.
I mean, even his stock can only take so much. He's already in orange.
As well. But we have seen him do amazing strings with the scythe, so I don't doubt that if he's able to close out Hermisen's stock that he can bring it back. But you saw the low knockback on that side light he just got there. He needs to hit him so many more times or find a signature somehow.
He really needs to get his KO so he can start playing catch-up game on the second stock. If he does not get this before his team... Oh! That works.
Watch me whip.
Frame out, I guess. Frame that coming in really hot right there. Besides being way faster now, I think it was by like 3 frames or something like that. I'm not gonna be too sure on it. But it was a substantial amount, and it comes out very fast now.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Those quick conversions with the scythe. Look how much damage he's already racked up on Hermisen. Cake is looking alive.
Misses the kill option.
Daylight recovery.
That might be the decider.
Manages to get a sig because he was able to survive even longer, and now it's a tie game. Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, one more. One more.
Down air? He can't get it back, can he?
Oh,
air dodge will.
Oh, any recoveries?
Okay. Still a pretty good result for Cake. Didn't get that stock, but he was able to build up all that damage back with that stock, which was, pretty much almost gone. So he just needs one good edge guard on Hermisen. Doesn't even need to. She can't make it back.
All right. Almost even stock. I feel like it was just so fatal from both Hermisen missing that recovery, and at the same time, fatal from Cake missing that down air to finish it off. These mistakes can't cost them either way, but at least they're both doing it.
Right? D-Light to Sayer once again. Cake walking around these D6, trying to find a punish.
Being so patient. Getting the punishes.
Oh, he runs into that neutral light.
Oh,
Gets
boy.
caught.
One more of those and he's gonna die.
Yeah, he won't be able to survive that. Jumping around. He's just looking for Hermisen to whiff something. He's trying to play, efficiently.
Well. Oh, what? Oh,
It's just it.
oh,
Again! Every single time he's throwing out that sig has more or less landed the mark. Really looking to catch
oh
it.
my lord!
Can Hermisen make it back?
Is it gonna happen? Oh, he's going for it! God.
Oh, wall slip almost coming out. Tries to go for the neutral light into recovery.
That's it. I can't believe it. Cake does it. He wins 3 games in a row back to back. Adapts, picks that scythe, does not care about anything.